Hey, good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you the AA Word of the Day for September 8th, 2024. Still hot down here in Homosassa, Florida. Every day is 90 or more, and a lot of rain. A lot of rain. 12 inches of rain in 3 days. Uh, that's more than I'd see up in New England. That's definitely for sure. But we need it, and I'll be able to get my plants started early in January, and we'll have a nice water table, so we'll be able to water. We were down to restrictions of 1 day a week, depending on the last digit of your address. So let's get to the A word of the day, and the word for today is we asked his protection. And the quote is, we asked his protection and care with complete abandon. And that is from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 59. I've got a lot of these texts that I used in Alcoholics Anonymous online. I want to get some copies. I may go to a meeting at 12 o'clock today that has a full line of books so that I can show you what they are, and hopefully you get interested in them. But for me, the two most important ones are Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. They cover pretty much anything about Alcoholics Anonymous. So, as I said, the quote was, we asked his protection and care with complete abandon. I could not manage my life alone. I had tried that road and failed. My ultimate sin dragged me down to the lowest level I have ever reached and unable to even function. I accepted the fact that I desperately needed help. I stopped fighting and surrendered entirely to God. Only then did I start growing. God forgave me. A higher power had to have saved me because the doctors doubted I would survive. I have forgiven myself now, and I enjoy a freedom I never experienced before. I've opened my heart and my mind to him. The more I learn, the less I know, a humbling fact, but I sincerely want to keep growing. I enjoy serenity, but only when I entrust my life totally to God, as long as I am honest with myself and ask for his help. I can maintain this rewarding existence just for today. I strive to live in his will for me, sobriety, soberly. I thank God that today I can choose not to drink. Today life is beautiful. Well, the very first sentence here, I could not manage my life alone, is the crux of the whole matter. Everything I tried, I failed at. The author says that too. I tried that road and failed. Self-knowledge didn't help. Changing drinks, all the typical tricks. When you get into Alcoholics Anonymous, you learn about, switching drinks. I drank when I was very young. One of my roommates introduced me to Southern Comfort. Oh, it tasted so good. I'd be in a blackout about an hour after I started drinking that and never knew there were blackouts. I thought I had passed out, but I had a whole 2 or 3 hours of drinking with no memory at all of it. Uh, so I had to stop fighting. I had to stop thinking. I had to do a mind reset. Ooh, I'm looking at a beautiful egret over across in the retention pond. And I had to do a reset and stop fighting and say, okay, I can't do it. A lot of the images in my head come from mythology. And there was the story of Atlas, who had He had a gigantic ball, which was supposedly the Earth, and he had to climb it to the top of the mountain, push it up the top of the mountain, and then it would roll down, and the next day he had to do the same thing. And that was me, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, never getting a different result. And that was my bottom when I finally realized that. I did not get arrested. I did not have really bad jackpots. You know, no car accidents. I didn't have a car for most of my drinking. I just didn't have a car. So I was in the central city and I took the bus, and that was sufficient for me. So I had to surrender to God and admit that I had no control of my life, which I did. And you have to open your heart and your mind to God. You can't do it half-heartedly. You've got to be able to make that step. And if you want to keep growing, not just stay away from a drink, because people who are dry drunks, and that phrase refers to people that are not actively drinking, but are not doing anything in recovery other than not drinking. So they're just not getting the help that they need from God, and they can become very nasty, just as nasty as someone that's drinking. So you have to really watch out for that. But as long as I'm honest, I admit that I'm powerless, then we can get God's help. And that's what we need. Now, this is a very famous quote. We ask for his protection and care with complete abandon. And what does abandon mean? Most people think, well, I abandoned my kids. That's not the use of this word that is here. It means a complete lack of inhibition or restraint. So we're asking his protection and care. Just give it to me. Unload everything, Lord. I'm ready. Give me everything you got. Help me. That's more akin to this use of the word abandon. In fact, it's just the opposite. We are not abandoning God. We are calling on him. So this is wonderful. I fought against this. I fought against that I had no control over my life. I just did not believe it. And that's all I can say. I did not believe that. I believed I was in control, that I just had to figure it out. And when I did, everything would be all right. I might even be able to drink. So I was really wrong in my thinking. So that's the reading for today. There's a lot to think about there. A very lot. You can't be restrained in asking for help. You ask for help with complete abandon. And the miracle is that you will get that help. And with AA and being with other alcoholics, you will grow spiritually, because, I'll say it again, alcoholism is a spiritual disease. So have a good Sunday. Stay safe. And I know up north, as it continues to get colder, I wish you all well. We're going to be in the 90s all this month. So I have no complaints, as long as the humidity kind of takes off. Doesn't look like we've got any hurricanes on the way. There's some out in the Atlantic, but then they're not coming towards us so far. So God bless.